first thing in the morning before the sun comes up. So I appreciate them beyond measure. I hate talking with a microphone still. I like to move, sorry. I want to talk to you guys first and say to you, you've had some great role models in this school. Some people who were in JHS before you, 7th graders, who showed you how it should be, what you should act like, what you should do. And I just appreciate them beyond measure. All of these young people who are sitting out here who've maintained their grades. But more than that, you know, we sometimes think NJHS is just about making grades, and it's not just about making grades. This is an organization of integrity. It is an organization of character and how you carry yourself and how you represent your family and yourself. To me, that's more important than just making good grades. Because in our society today, we've got a lot of people that will tell you the way you get ahead is that you cheat, you rob, you borrow, you steal, you do anything you can to get ahead of somebody else. And I'm telling you, you may get ahead that way, but in the long run, what you're going to get is an empty life with not a lot of people following you or wanting to be your friend. So I'm telling you, if you really want to get ahead, you grab somebody's hand and you pull them along with you. You help them. You reach for other people. You give as well as you receive, and you make sure that you do that twice as much. That you're always giving to others, that you're looking for ways to help others. This is a service organization. It is an organization meant for you to reach out and do something for the community, to bring a community into this place and make it a better place. That's why you do service hours. You don't do service hours so that you can put on your transcript, you're an NJHS student and look how great I am. You do it because you should be reaching out to help other people and to make this a better community for people who want to live here, who want to be a part of East and the family of East. So I want to tell you how much I appreciate our young people who've already gone through this and have done that service hours and have come in and worked in our learning labs, who've done other things for our school to make sure that we help. And I'll give you a prime example. You know, we get here tonight and we need to get water and we need to get it set up. And Garrett Harden, immediately, I grab him and he starts setting things up. And, you know, he didn't say, oh, Miss Springer, I shouldn't do that. I'm just here to see the new group come in. But instead, he steps up and does what I need him to do. I appreciate it. Shreya, Vaishu, walking up to me and saying, hey, we really want to honor Miss Rick and Miss Hernandez. Meant the world to me that they care more about taking care of their sponsors, who's giving you a lot of hours too. So when we start looking at this, and I look at these officers that you put into place, these are 4 people that are great leaders in this building. They're not going to run down the hall singing songs. They're not the kind of people that you're going to hear a lot of noise out of. Maybe sing ho, but not the rest of them. But I'm here to tell you, these are 4 solid individuals who will give you the kind of leadership that you would want to follow. They're people who work hard, who also are just great friends and great people in this building. And 4 people that it's going to crush me to see walk out this door in just a few days from now because of what they've given to this school and the leadership they've given this school. And I just thank them so much. I also thank all of you. But I want to say also, these 8th graders who are in now, who are about to go to high school, you've done a great job. You've put yourself into a position when you go to high school and New Tech next year, that you have an opportunity to start off in a service organization that is a great organization of integrity and leadership. And I expect you to step up to that and be that kind of person that they can say, oh yeah, those are East people. They're different than other people because they have their hands out wanting to be given something on time. They want to give back. 7th graders, you're my slaves. You're my new slaves. It is the greatest day of my life. I love when we do NJHS induction. I am going to work you to pieces. It's going to be the greatest days of your life. It is awesome. And I get to keep you for another year, which is a blessing. And for my 8th graders, it's not a blessing, but it's a blessing for you. You have done your job. You have done well. It's pretty close to walking out these doors and moving on to the next chapter of your life, a chapter that you are so ready for because you have worked so hard. And you guys know what it takes to be successful, to move on to the next level. 7th grade, I look forward to working with you for another year. And we get your first opportunity because I have Colt Camp tomorrow night, and you are my slaves, like I just told you. So you're going to get to introduce yourself to some incoming 5th graders tomorrow night. Some of you, I'll get with Miss Hernandez, and she's going to take care of that. Miss Hernandez is giving me some kind of sign. I don't know what that is. The new 8th grade's doing that. Even better. I get to abuse you before you leave. That is great. I think that's even better. So I'm looking forward to you 8th graders tomorrow night. Andrew Tao, I've been looking forward to abuse you for years. This is going to be awesome. A fantastic opportunity for me. So I just want to say how much I appreciate you guys, but I also want to make sure that you understand something. Becoming a great student, understanding the value of an education and what an education can do for you, you didn't wake up one day and go, oh, I'm going to be a great student. This is what I want to do. You have a family who has worked with you, who has talked with you, who has taught you the importance of education, service, care, loyalty, all of those things, and especially integrity. That comes directly from a home of people that love you and care about you. And you know, you're going through that stage in your life when you think your parents don't know anything. You'll come around again. We all do. It hits us about adulthood and we realize how stupid we were and how smart our parents were. But at this point, I want to make sure that you realize you need to be thankful for the family you have. You need to make sure you tell your family how thankful you are for them, because they stay on you to get good grades, to do what you're supposed to do, to show up when you're supposed to show up, to look handsome and beautiful like you do tonight, and provide you with so many things that a lot of people, I just want to make sure you don't take those things for granted. There's a lot of people that would love to have families that you have, that care for them and that mean something to them. So make sure you don't just take that for granted, that you make sure you realize how important your family is to you, how important it is that they have taught you what education means and what integrity means and what character means and what service means. That is a very important part of this whole organization and what we're going to have you do over the next few years as you leave us and even go to the high school and do NHS when you get up to the high school level. So tonight is all about you. It's about honoring you and all the hours you put in. It's that you've passed certain people's classes and you've made good grades. You know, if some of you had boroughs, you should be getting more than just a certificate tonight, honestly. That is an awesome thing. And Mr. Burroughs, I want to thank you as a staff member for showing up tonight to honor our students. That means the world to me that you would show up for our kids. I also want you to realize that it is about making sure that you know that we are in a society today that tells us that young people should be all about all the things they shouldn't be about, as opposed to you, who do it right, who show up when they should, who make sure they take care of their business, who honors that integrity and that character we've talked about. So I want to say thank you for being those type of kids, for making this school a great school. This school is not a great school because I'm a principal and our teachers are here. This is a great school because we're partners in this. You're partners, you believe in our staff and you believe in what we're trying to get you to do and where we're trying to get you to go, and we're all buying in together. We are a team. East is a family. I believe that. Once a Bronco, always a Bronco. That will be for forever. And I want to make sure you realize that tonight is a night for us to honor you. But before we do that, all of you new inductees, I want you to stand. I want you to turn to your parents and give them a standing ovation for what they do for you. Okay, guys, I've seen y'all at pep rallies. That was about the weakest clapping I've ever seen in my life. Clap for your parents. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. Now, you can turn around and have a seat. The last thing I want to say to you, a piece of this that we haven't talked about, and I've saved to the very last because I honestly think it's the most important piece, and that is citizenship. And we think of citizenship in very many different ways, but let me tell you what I think of citizenship and what I expect from you. Citizenship is making sure that we respect differences in one another. We're living in a country right now that's not doing so well with that. So I want to make sure we're raising a generation that understands how important it is, that we accept each other, that we love each other, that we respect one another, that we stand up for one another and have each other's backs, and that we make sure that we don't take advantage of someone weaker than us or make fun of someone different than us, or make sure that we stand strong for every person in this building. And I'm really going to call you 7th graders on that, because you are going to be my leadership of this school next year. I want this school to be a place where we stand up for people who are bullying, and we say to them, this will not work. This is not who we are. This is not what we're about. It means if someone's from a different culture than you, that we don't look down on that culture because they're different, but we learn from it and we grow from it, and we find what is it about them that makes them strong, that can make us even stronger. And we join together as a family and as a unit, because I think that's very important. So citizenship has to do with you reaching out to other people, caring for other people, and getting past yourself and the narcissism that seems to set in when you're a teenager, where you're only thinking about yourself and for a while thinking of others, accepting others, loving others. So, congratulations. I'm extremely proud of you. Take that certificate home, have Mama gloss it and put it up for you to show all the family when they see it, so that they can brag a little bit, because it's been a lot of hard work to get you there, probably a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of homework, a lot of times when you think a lot of tears, I'm sure, in some instances, and that was just your mama crying, that is not even you. So I just want to tell you, I love you, I appreciate you, I appreciate what you bring to this building, I appreciate the amount of kids we have sitting down here that have set the standards for making good grades, but also doing great things for other people. That is a blessing. I thank this leadership team that we have up here for our NJHS officers. These are four of the greatest, as I said, and I look forward to seeing what they're going to do when they leave us. 8th grade, good luck. But don't forget, you're still my slaves tomorrow before you leave, and I'll try to find a few more opportunities for you before I get rid of you. And then parents, thank you. Thank you for sharing your most prized possession with us. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of their life and for loving them and for allowing us to love them. And we do on certain days. We love them most when they leave on Friday afternoon. We honestly thank you so much for coming out tonight. When we finish here, if you could help us by stacking chairs, it just saves my custodial staff. Once again, I always try to think of our custodial staff. They work long hours with little pay, and I want to try to make their life a little easier. And then in the back for our NJHS students, we have cookies, and we have 1 cookie for each of you. Don't try to get 2, 3, or 4. Andrew Chow, did you hear me? 1 cookie. And then we also have water for you guys, and then make sure you get some pictures with your family for this great night. Anything else, Ms. Hernandez? I love you, Ms. Hernandez and Ms. Rep. Y'all are awesome. I love our officers. Great job tonight. Everybody have a beautiful evening. Thank you very much.